just a little bit late because I had to move everything, but that's okay. Black screen of doom, that's great. It's cold as shit here, by the way. Cold as well. I don't know what it's like in Italy for Italian friends, but it is freezing. My mic is spiking a little bit. Let me turn that down. All right, okay. We're here. Euro 2026. It has been an afternoon, a day to forget because of those pesky Swiss. For those in the manager Discord, they'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the Swiss national team axed Andorra in. Of course, England and Italy just getting ready to go in regards to loading up, putting their team sheets in, etc., etc. We can talk to you though about the call-up list. So who's in the 11 tonight for these two nations? But we can talk about the call-up lists here. Of course, England with a star-studded team as per usual, familiar names as per usual. Kreza, of course, the gaffer this time around, one of the undercapped players. Great to see guys like Lumos getting called up. Great to see guys like Brook 12 getting called up. There's some really interesting characters that have been put into this England team. Gems, you could argue, with again that sprinkle of quality on top. Ben Barmer looking to get his 50th cap this season, or this tournament, should I say. Kenny H, a great CDM. Shay Tonks, Bailey, and Sammy Brad, or Alauho, how you pronounce the name. This England team has got that core about it, which you say should be a winning nation. You look at this team and you go, yeah, I can see them winning the Euros this time next Sunday. However, it's a long tournament. Group stage is difficult. Egos, attitudes, team sheet, rotation, all of that comes into consideration when you talk about that. When you go over to the Italians, where are our wonderful Italians? Over here they are. There we go, on this right-hand side. A very, very fresh Italian side. New management change at the Azzurri, the FVPA guys, of course, providing the Italy team, providing the San Marino team. And the reality is we don't know too much about any of this Italian national team. Will it be an Italian national team that replicates real life in the sense that, well, you know, defence first and then, you know, they work off counters, sorry ball, for instance? Or will it be a flip in terms of what we know in real life? Will it be aggressive, fast-flowing, attacking football? Of course, for Italy, if they can get a win against England tonight, that is the absolute dream start to their campaign. You would think England are the favourites not only for this game but this tournament, but we've seen stranger things happen in an opening game ceremony. So, with that, we can pretty much go over to it and have a look and see what our cameraman is going to be here tonight. And we can pretty much get ready and set to go here. Jack7 is playing on his PC account, J7 Baby. Then again, brother. So now I've got to go and do roster changes and I've got to do game tag changes because you don't know what console your players are playing on. Brilliant. Awesome. Thanks, Krez. Smashing, really. So that's fine. You get to see the admin side of things here. That's wonderful. Lovely. Again, make sure that the names are matching up. Again, we don't want to have the situation from last tournament where you have someone literally crying because the gamer tag wasn't exactly the same and whatever. So yeah, we'll ping this as well. Everyone, kickoff game. Put this in the manager Discord. There we go. So we are pretty much set, sealed, and signed to go. We're there. We're set, we're over, and we're there with England. So, 360p, get me on that 1080. One thing we've got to go get as well, we've got to collect our old-timer, our resident pensioner, our co-commentator, yeah, in Lawbors tonight. The Scotsman going to be keeping a firm eye on the England national team. That is who you can describe as Scotland's main rival when it comes to these tournaments. And here he is, the most angry man in the history of the world. Talk to me, Lawrence, so you just see the volume's good.
You fucking call me some of the names again and I will end your spectacle-wearing life.
Let me just turn this down just a smidge. Alright, go back over here again. Let me turn this up as well. My actual volume is very low. Alright, crank that up. Right, talk again.
Hello there.
There you go, yeah, you're fine. There you go, it's fine. Well, Spaz, when you get called up, then remind me, and I'll get it sorted. Jack, thank you so much as well for the Prime as well. Alright, so England stream is here. We're there. We're set. We're good. A 3-1-4-2 tonight. Lawrence Waddy in goal. MXCR, Sammy, Texie is the back three. CJ Hyde, Jack7, Kenny H, Bailey Ince, Mikey as the midfield five, and then the top two of Kreza and Ben Barmer. So already the first kind of big decision of the tournament from England in their first game. There's no Brad. There's no Jacko LFC. Kreza puts himself up top against Ben Barmer. When we talked, and we had that kind of Talk VFL show last week, it was, of course, Herbie who said that he thinks that King Kreza will at some point need to drop himself, maybe in those later stages. Tonight it's the opening game. The gaffer says, I am the gaffer for a reason, I will play, and puts himself up there with Ben Barmer. What do you make of that team sheet? Are you impressed with it? Is that what you expect from England? Are there any key misses for you? What do you think?
So obviously it's Euros, so you've got to have the undercaps as well, but I mean, England's, always going to have the most applicants out of any nation. They're always going to be fucking stacked regardless of who they call up, but obviously the one that sticks out straight away is CJ being wide mid, which it's no a knock on CJ. Obviously we know CJ has been kind of a cam, maybe a kind of central player, but he is that damn good that he can pretty much do anything along that midfield.
Well, do you think that maybe him being shoved out wide is not more so a quality thing? Is it because that we know he's, of course, been out of action? He's not exactly been the most active because of stuff outside of FIFA, outside of VFL. He's been dealing stuff, in real life. So maybe he's a little bit rusty, and when you are a little bit rusty, maybe this is going to be a knock on wide mids tonight, no offence, but in a 3-1-4-2, it's a little bit more relaxing or easier to play left mid than maybe one of those centre mid roles?
Nah, again, obviously we've spoke to CJ for a long time, and I don't think it's one of them. I think he's one of the guys that could put the game down for 6-7 months and then come back and just kind of be back right where he left. Obviously he's a really nice guy as well, but it's just one of the thing with the Euros is always picking where you're going to play your quote-unquote undercap players.
Yeah.
I know I'm not speaking on the Scotland side of things, but for personal experience, most teams tend to go with a goalkeeper. That's kind of usually one that folk go with, but obviously you've got Waddy in there as well.
Well, let me tell you where the undercapped players come in. So you've got Mikey on one wide mid area at right mid. You've got Kreza at striker, and then you've got MXCR at centre back. So that is where those three come in. So different areas of the field. Thank you so much as well. Before we get Lawrence's opinion on that, on the subs again, Morgs, Wilkie, CJ, and Jack again. Appreciate you so much. The England fans have arrived in their masses. They are pissed up. They are wearing wife beaters with Carling and Carlsberg clutched at the death. But so one right mid, one centre back, one striker is where the undercapped players are for England. Is that a nice spread for you, or do you think they should be all kind of in one area?
It's exactly the kind of thing I would do. You're not wanting to have two midfielders per se maybe being under, or two strikers or two centre backs, one in each area of the field, absolutely fine. I think if it was me, I would probably go goalkeeper, centre back, and maybe wide mid.
Yeah.
But again, that's the kind of embarrassment of riches that kind of England have, was they can afford to turn around and be you know what, we can have Waddy in goals and still have a very serviceable team outfield. Obviously MCR, played against him a few times, very good player. Mikey, no too familiar, but heard good things as well. Kreza, obviously look at his goal scoring record over the last 2, 3, 4 seasons. Take out the whole moaning about the team of the season stuff, but that's a conversation for another day. But other than that, it's a strong team, but you are playing the Italians as well, and it's the FVPA lot.
Absolutely.
So these are a bunch of guys that spend a lot of time
right over the top already, Lawrence. So that's 1-0 already, Lawrence. 56 seconds in to this game, and Ben Barmer, through the old England way, the old Sam Allardyce way, the old way of going over the top direct and piercing through Italy's defence already. And this is the thing, you said, you know, it's the FVPA Italians. Yes, they have a big pool over there in the Italian community, so many great players, but this is largely tonight, fully in this tournament, an Italian team that is completely uncapped. 0 caps across the board for this Italian side. So this is a new refreshment of the Italian national team. This is not the same Italian team that we saw win games 1-0, get to the quarterfinals and then lose on penalties. This is an Italian team with a lot of fresh blood in it, a lot of new blood in it, against a very, very, very deep England team, as you've described. To go 1-0 down in the first 56 seconds of the game indicates that maybe this tournament jitter could well be about to hit Italy hard as another big save comes forward. Italy need to survive this overflow from England in the opening 7 minutes. They've got to get some control of this game here, because if not, this game could end up being not just 2 or 3, but 5, 6 or 7. Right now, England have got a vice grip around the neck of Italy. They are not letting go, and everyone wants a piece. You can see on that transition as well, Lawrence, when they're pinging the ball around the box, you're getting the wide midfielders on the edge. You're getting the defenders even creeping up, saying, let me see if I can get on in there and have a go myself. Ben Barmer again now on this wide side area, looking to go on the inside, but finds Kreza instead. And in the end, Danny Bike, I think that says, gets that one out and away. For Italy, they may well be looking at this one tonight as well, Lawrence. They may well respect the England team. They may well look at England and say, yeah, they're the favourites. They are a fantastic nation. Maybe they'll be looking at this and saying, keep the score low. Lose 1-0 to England. You know, it's one of the games that you can afford to lose as Italy. And then creep through the qualification. Exactly right. So, and again, we know that teams are going to lose to England more than 1-0. So if they can find a way to just keep this score low, then they may not feel too bothered by it. But it's always difficult, isn't it, for a team, whether it's Italy, Spain, Scotland, Wales, to start against England in a tournament. It's a nightmare fixture.
No, 100%. It's definitely, like, if you're going to play them, you want to maybe play them kind of in the middle of your fixtures. You don't want to play them at the end where you might have like a result to kind of try and get. You don't want to play them at the start because it can kind of like derail your momentum starting the tournament. Definitely one that you want to play like kind of on the Saturday.
Absolutely.
But other than that, like obviously the experience there, and you go back to like the Italy teams of yesteryears with like fucking Baldi and Lolo and Foligno and kind of all of these guys. Like these guys, I know they're still playing, but they're just not involved with the kind of FVPA lot anymore.
Absolutely.
It's a refresh, like he says. Like this is a fully uncapped team. It's maybe a wake-up call for quite a few of them to realise, like, because I know, like, obviously with the FVPA side of things, they'll kind of have like their community over there, and they'll maybe look at some of the teams and go, "Oh, aye, we can definitely get points here." But you see this England team, and I mean, one of the last things you'd want to do is go fucking 1-0 down that early, because if there's one thing that England are very, very good at historically, is if they get an early goal, they're either going to smother you to fucking death, or they're just going to sit it out.
Absolutely. Well, look at this again. Italy coming forward, and for the first time tonight, Italy getting some momentum and movement on that wide left-hand side, but easily sniffed out and stuffed out there by England. And this is the thing as well, they've got some players who may well, you know, some people may argue are a bit out of form. You know, there was conversations, like we just said, about CJ Hyde not in the greatest form because he's not been as active. Sammy as well, back in the regular season, just gone, was getting some kind of shots at him in regards to kind of whether or not he can still do it at the top level. You know, he's getting older, maybe he's not as active. So, you know, they have done what you can maybe argue is the typical England thing. You know how we always say, you know, Gareth Southgate used to call up players even if they weren't performing well or weren't really doing too much. They've kept their score. And look at this, Ben Barmer through again, nearly off the over-the-top ball again. England prevailed, but still offside, and Italy get a little bit of reprieve. 1-0 here. If you're just joining us, Ben Barmer in the opening 56 in-game seconds to open things up for England. Italy, though, since around about that 10th minute, Lawrence, they have begun to stabilise, haven't they? It's not convincing yet for Italy, but they have gotten a little bit more stable in the midfield and defence.
like, we look at, I mean, how long you've been fucking doing international swim now? How many times have you seen England go 1-0 up and maybe 3-4 minutes into the game, and by the time you get to half time it's fucking 5-6-7-0? Like, it's one of the things that can happen, does happen, but I'd say this is merely a kind of thing for the Italians. Obviously they've conceded that, what, 50 seconds into the game.
Oh, well, that's a
2
poor one,
seconds
by the way,
there.
from the defender. Because look at this, England through, and that there through the legs of the
2-0.
keeper in 2-0. And the defender of Italy's got to take some responsibility there. You cannot be taking touches with England's press right in front of you. We didn't see it because we got that camera flip, but he was dispossessed, and from there it was 2-on-1. You were thinking maybe the cutback was going to come. The Italy defenders on the other side of the field, on the other side of the box, managed to kind of cut that off. But again, that's just a really naive mistake to make from the Italy defence there. Too many touches, playing with fire too often. The press from England was wonderful, and just like that, 2-0 right through the legs of the keeper. And Italy now, for all that great stability that they gained in the last 35 in-game minutes, Lawrence, it's down the pan. 2-0, and England now are back to feeling comfortable. However, Italy,
shit!
Oh
Shit!
my God! Why? Overcomplication FC, Lawrence. The Italians have to shoot that ball, surely, even for a rebound.
Even
What
if
are
he
they
takes
thinking?
the fucking shot and he gets like the rebound, or fucking the keeper saves it, it's man.
Oh God, my head hurts. My head is hot. If I was an Italian, that should have been 2-1, and if it shouldn't have been, it should have been at least been more than what that was. It was a great drive through the right-hand side, and then in the end they tried to just, I don't know, go too Spanish with the football, didn't they? Tried to go one too many passes across, and results in nothing.
That's a
England now,
penalty.
That's a penalty all day. Shots into the floor. Italy can have no complaints. They've completely capitulated here, and 3-0 may well be about to be confirmed, as Kreza here, the gaffer, hands the penalty over to Mikey, an international debut and a debut goal for his country. Mikey on the score sheet and makes this one 3-0. England's number 19 off the mark. 1 cap, 1 goal, and England here are 3-0 up at half-time. There's so much to dissect there, Lawrence. The defending, the naivety to start the game, to be beaten by one over-the-top ball right from the rip and concede. The inability to kind of want to shoot the ball. I don't think Italy have actually had a shot yet in that half, and it's 3-0. Everything that could have gone wrong
the one
has gone
glorious
wrong.
chance they did have for a shot, he fucking cut it when he was in like open space. Like, he had the freedom in the fucking England box, and he's just like, I get it, like the one mores and constantly being tuned in, but like, just fucking hit it. Just take it. Just take your chance. Like, you're not gonna get many chances against an England team. You have to take every single chance that you get.
Yeah. I feel gutted for them, man, because again they really did well. Honestly,
Well,
they
that's
did.
the difference. Is like, even if he takes a shot there and it goes 2-1, they're going into the half at 2-1 rather than 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I feel for them because, like I said, since they conceded in that opening kind of 1 minute of play,
They were brilliant.
They were brilliant from about the 10th minute to the 35th minute. They
That
absolutely
5 minutes of madness is just like.
That's what England do, though. It's controlled chaos, isn't it?
Yeah.
They find a way to just expand these score lines, and well, they've done it again. New manager, same England in regards to how they can suffocate and dominate the opponent. For now, is this more of a game, Lawrence, where you talk about goal difference for England and restoring pride for Italy? Is that what this comes down to now?
England will be looking at this as a goal difference game now.
Oh my goodness me, that could have been a bit of a dangerous one from England's defence, but gets it away. And again, same for Italy. You have to say, opening 5 minutes of the second half, and they're looking like they've found themselves again. They're pressing, they're playing some attacking football, but in the end, that one ventures offside, and England get the ball back for a free kick here. So, yeah, for England, listen, you know, the first game, effectively 51 minutes in. They know their group stage, of course, spreads over the week. It's not going to be all, you know, done within the next 2 or 3 days. For England, it's going to be interesting to me to see how much rotation comes here, because it's a squad that is always filled with players that want to play every game. Just ask CJ Hyde. He's had the gaffer position so many times and has done brilliant work to get everyone capped. But England is a game, or a team, or I mean, England as a position itself feels like a game because you have to keep everyone happy. That's why certain England managers in the past, 5-6 years ago, would often opt to call up a smaller squad just so that people were more happy that they were going to get the maximum minutes. When you call up 30 people, you know, you are really making a commitment that you are going to rotate at least some of the big names at least once or twice throughout the group stage. So there is that. But you never know. England may well look at this and say, let's just try and, you know, get 4 wins from 4, put 12 points on the board, and then give the boys that are kind of, you know, fresh or undercapped or lower capped, you know, those last couple of games. But again, long way away from that. And England so far 3-0 up here against Italy. And I've got to be honest, love the Italians, big fans of FVPA Italia, but it's not been a difficult 3-0 for England. It's really been gifted to them as that one nearly turns in to a 4th as the keeper makes another save. I think so far, Lawrence, if you had to put a gun to your head and give maybe one of the better performers their plaudits for Italy, the keeper, I mean, he's made some good saves here. He's stopped it from being 6 or 7, hasn't he?
It's like I said, it's... I wouldn't say the Italians have played bad, it's just decision makings in key moments. It's kind of ended up fucking them. Like,
0 caps, tournament naivety. That's what it is.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, I hope this is a wake-up call. I'm never ever going to like root for England to win a game. I personally hope they get fucking pumped every single game they play, but it's just obviously it's one of the strongest teams you can start out against.
Yeah. CJ Hard there going into Jack 7, or J7 Baby as he's now known, goes back over into Bailey Ince, of course, coming off that Ballon d'Or win.
For the tournament, this is a good thing for the Italians to kind of go, right, okay, this is like the level that we're kind of playing against. Like, these are very, very organised teams. Oh, there we go. See?
And there's the goal, and it's Falcao 10, Falco 10. I have no idea, but there you go. England's clean sheet gone, Lawrence. But again, it's difficult to even celebrate it because it's a great goal. It's a great bit of playing from Italy. But they've got to now go get 2 more of those within the next 20 minutes. I mean, they've broken the deadlock in terms of their own personal scoring. They're not going to finish this game giving England a clean sheet. But if they want to get anything out of this game...
watch themselves here, because one thing England are very good at is when they concede, they just get the whole, like, okay then, let's fucking turn it up a couple of gears here.
Look at that, the Italian defender there trying to keep the ball and trying to out-dribble the England forward, and that, if it led to a 4th, again, you wouldn't have any sympathy for the Italians. 73 minutes in here. If Italy want to rescue a famous point here tonight, they're going to need to score over the next kind of 5 in-game minutes. But look at this down the right-hand side here. Italy going forward, they've got to shoot the ball. Oh, it's the second time, Lawrence. Man marked was the cutback option, and they refused to shoot from those wide areas. Oh my goodness me, the keeper now coming out for a bit of a sweeper keeper duty. This one's shot from distance, and it's 4. Just like that from one end to the other. 4-1, and the Azzurri go from nearly making it 3-2 to it being 4-1. That naivety, Lawrence, is just so present, so present. And it could be a 5th running through again. I'll tell you what, England...
I'm not going to lie, like, if this was me in charge of them now, like, I would be going fucking spare at them.
No way, really?
I know I'm known for my calm and composed demeanour, but it's all their own doing. Like, it's not like England have played a professional game. They've played a organised game, but we know England can be better than this.
Yeah.
Everything that's kind of happened has came through the Italians just fucking overcomplicated.
I mean, literally walk through each one of the 4 goals England have scored. Number 1, falling asleep from the kickoff, goal from an over-the-top ball. Number 2, I've forgotten number 2.
Taking too long to get rid.
Oh yeah, taking too long to get rid. Yeah. Dribbling in the back as a defender and being dispossessed. Number 3, a penalty, and then number 4, the keeper coming out to sweep.
The penalty I will add was a direct counter-attack from when they never shot, when they passed it inside.
Yeah, so every single England goal has come from an Italian mistake. There's not been, and again, this is no knock on England. I mean, you got to take advantage.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll call a spade here. Like, I fucking hate England, but I'm not going to knock here because like they have took advantage, and that's what the best teams do. Like,
absolutely.
absolutely have to take advantage. But everybody knows they can be so much better, but they historically don't turn up until the knockout stages.
Absolutely. Well, listen, this
Like
game
they do
here, it's just going to peter out. Could it be a fifth? And there it is. It's a fifth, 5-1. And that's probably the only goal of the entire contest, Lawrence, that Italy can't say we did that to ourselves. That's the only goal that England have scored out of the 5 that has been England brilliance. No knock on England. They've taken advantage of the mistakes and they have absolutely pulverised Italy here, 5-1. Italy, they will not want to watch that game back. They will never want to see the performance that they saw there again. Like I said, a kick-off goal from the very beginning, dribbling in the back as a defender, being dispossessed, a penalty, the keeper sweeper keeping and then being beat from distance, and then that brilliant goal at the end from England. 4 out of the 5 goals tonight were Italy shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, you can see, you can weigh it in both sides. Number one, you would rather have that happen in game 1. But the other side of the coin is it's not 1 or 2 mistakes, Lawrence. It's 3 or 4 mistakes that have led them to lose the game 5-1. That's got to be a bit concerning for the Italians.
No, definitely. But at the same time, like even there, like I'm sure some of the England players will probably agree. Like it didn't even feel like they got out of 3rd gear.
Yeah.
Like they've just kind of breezed to get. It's no disrespect to the Italians. They've been the kind of masters of their own downfall in that game.
Mm-hmm.
They had a very, very good spell after they conceded the first goal, and then they just kind of capitulated when it came to half time. But it never really, because you know how capable this England team is. You know how good their players are. You know how switched on they are. Like it just never really felt they hit that level that they can hit, which. It's quite scary to think that they went away to Italy and came back with 5 goals. Like, aye.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
It's a wake-up call for the Italians.
It's a wake-up call, but again, you'd have to say, in the other side of things, on the other side of the coin, again, we keep talking about coins here, like throwing them into the fountain in where is it? Florence? Where's that fountain? Rome? Yeah, I'm trying to make a historical reference there. Failed miserably. But that is going to be one of the harder games now ticked off the list. Let me read you the rest of Italy's schedule for this tournament, Lawrence, and get your opinions on how they fare there. So, for Italy, game 1 done now. We don't see Italy again in action, Lawrence, until the weekend. Friday evening, in this order, they play Belgium away, Bosnia at home. And then, of course, on Sunday evening, they play San Marino away, Spain away, and Andorra at home. So, I mean, it's not a bad fixture list. It's just a real crippler that they've started with England first, isn't it?
I mean, nobody wants to start with England as the first game, but it's, like we says, FVPA lot. They're a good bunch. They're very reliable. None of them have been capped before. It's a new kind of tournament for all of them to kind of be involved in. I hope that they take everything for this game and go, right, okay, this is going to be, you know, harder than maybe they expected, or it's going to be tougher, or whatever it might be. But they've got that idea because they can score. Like, they made chances, they go into the good areas, they played well. But it's taking advantage, and if there's one team that you need to take advantage of their chances, it is a team like England. Yeah. Because they're going to be hard to come by.
I agree. Well, listen, you know, they've got Belgium. They've got, as I said, what was the other one I said? Belgium and Bosnia. Belgium and Bosnia on Saturday, on Friday, excuse me. Those are 2 games they'll be looking at, and they'll be saying to themselves, listen, if we can just reassess a few things, get some practice in, there's some points there. They've got to get their shooting boots on, though, 1,000%. The shooting boots have to come on Friday evening and Sunday evening in particular. Said, it's 6 games to play, 18 points to play for. You're at 0 out of 3. Realistically, you're talking about the top 12 going through out of 18. The top 4 get an automatic qualification. Then, of course, 5th through to 12th have to go through that playoff system. To get 12th place, to get 12th position out of 18th, you're looking at about 6 points, maybe 7 points. I'm not sure, but again, it's not panic stations yet for Italy, but they have tonight lost 5-1 to that very, very strong England side. We're going to be live here, of course, with games throughout the entire week for the entire Euros. The only day that we'll not be doing anything is Thursday, because we've got other commitments for the UFC stuff we do for VFL. But we are back tomorrow. And there will be some great games on for our international pals tomorrow evening. The games to look out for tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. UK time, Wales versus Norway, Poland versus Andorra. 9 p.m. UK time, Bosnia versus Poland, and Norway versus Netherlands. And then 9:30 p.m. UK time, the Germany super team that we're hearing about against the Republic of Ireland. So games to watch tomorrow that we'll be sticking with. We'll be watching the defending European champions Wales, who won it last year, against Norway at 8:30. We'll then, of course, tune over to Bosnia versus Poland. Really looking forward to that game, considering Bosnia are really confident about their chances in this tournament. And then we'll end, of course, at 9:30 with Germany versus the Republic of Ireland. So 3 games of action tomorrow. Wales, Norway, Bosnia, Poland, and Germany, Republic of Ireland are stream games tomorrow evening. Thanks so much for being here for the short stream, the short one. And again, full-time score here, England 5, Italy 1. Italy